Hillel and Chabad, they organized a large get-together, and we chanted prayers and sang songs. We had a lot of people surrounding us shouting, saying death to Jews, death to Israel.
Wait, not just to Israel, but death to Jews.
Yeah, hearing stories is probably one of the most amazing things that you can do to actually get a sense of what people feel.
We were just having a great conversation over there, and I just thought some of your perspectives were really great. So the first thing I want to ask you is, when people are coming against Israel, the nation, how does that make you feel? You said yourself, like, you've not been to Israel, right?
I'm not. I hope to go on my birthright soon. But in my opinion, you don't need to have been to Israel to feel compassion for it.
Yeah.
I think that for me, seeing the anti-Semitic rhetoric and anti-Israel and anti-Zionist, opinions all over the place, especially here, is extremely hurtful. It's painful. I don't know anyone who's there right now, luckily.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who do. I have some friends in, AEPI, like the biggest Jewish fraternity.
Yeah.
I was roommates with one, and he has several friends who were hostages there.
They were hostages.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was on edge every single day, and it hurt me to see that.
But you've never been to Israel, and so if you could just explain what is going on within you as someone who's Jewish, in connection with the land. Like, what is that like for you? I know people have different perspectives, but
I mean, it's not where I came from, but it's where we as a people came from. And that's one of the reasons I really hope to go there soon.
Yeah.
And seeing all of this, conflict and people supporting getting rid of it as a Jewish state, and basically wiping it off the map, it's scary and it hurts. It's and it makes me worry for not only people there, but people here who maybe aren't as well educated, who will follow that mob mentality of joining numbers, saying, hey, more people here are preaching that, so why don't I do it too?
Yeah. And so when they're coming against the nation, they're coming against something that's integral to your identity. Yeah. And do you think that's the case for most Jewish people?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think for most Jewish people who are pro-Israel and want Jewish people to have a Jewish state, I think all of them have that same belief. They think that you're getting rid of them, that state, you're getting rid of a big part of me, whether you've been there or not. It's something that it is in your blood, basically.
But can you be a Zionist and want Palestinians to be free?
100%.
Yeah.
I've said this from day one, and I will say it 1,000 more times if I have to. None of us want innocent people to die. We all want innocent people to live great lives, be happy, be healthy. Whether you're Palestinian, whether you're Jewish, whether you're, Catholic, Christian, anything. I mean, we want all of you guys to be happy.
Yeah.
And not in a constant state of fear that something like this can happen. Going against the people who will help that for you, that's not going to help you live that life.
And so what you're saying is that you have to look at what's actually causing the oppression of the Palestinian people.
Yeah. And you have to, see that everything you see in the media, whether it's pro-Israel or anti-Israel, whatever it is, you have to take it with a grain of salt. And that's why I think what you guys are doing is amazing, because you get not only the data from pro-Israeli narratives, but you also get stories. And I think stories are the most valuable thing in this conversation.
Yeah.
Because anyone can look at numbers and say, oh, it's a biased media site, but you can't blur someone's story.
Yeah.
You can't blur someone's history and their bloodline.
Finally, kind of encapsulate for me the vision going forward for the Palestinian people. What would a free Palestinian people actually look like?
A free Palestinian people would be coexisting between the coexistence of Jewish people and Palestinian people who both want the same thing, which is to live in harmony. They don't want war. Me being pro-Israel and all of my friends and family being pro-Israel, we all are on the same page. We want everyone to be free, peace. We don't want hurt or harm or bloodshed at all.
What do you think's at the root of the violent ideology?
I think the very extreme ones are those who are closed-minded. I think especially in politics or international affairs or whatever it may be that can concern the lives of at some point this country could be at stake, we're already seeing it here with anti-Semitism, people getting harmed. And I think that the most deadly thing is being closed-minded. So I think it was just the day after October 7th. Well, within a day or two after the initial attack, campus Jewish affiliations such as like Hillel and Chabad, they organized a large get-together, and we chanted prayers and sang songs, and we danced, and we had fun together in our common interests of wanting the Jewish people to be safe and not experience this fear every single day. And through that, we definitely had a lot of people surrounding us. We had a lot of people surrounding us shouting slurs at us, saying death to Jews, death to Israel.
Wait, not just to Israel, but death to Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just about Israel.
No, it wasn't. At least what I heard. No, it wasn't.
What you experienced.
So that was probably the biggest thing that I personally experienced. I follow all of the, Chabad and Hillel on social media. I have a lot of Jewish friends on social media who I've seen a lot of videos they posted of the same things happening, just in the same environment.
Jaden, one last question for you. So we are a Christian organization that is advocating for the safety of Jewish students on campuses. And for those that are outside of the Jewish community, what are some things that if they want to stand up against rising anti-Semitism and stand with their Jewish friends and fellow students, what should they do?
I think the best place to start is to educate yourself on the matter, not only present day, but going centuries in the past. Because before this started happening, I knew there was a conflict, but I didn't know the extensive history behind it. And I think learning that in and of itself could be enough for you to form an opinion that is well educated. And then I think you need to move on to current day. What you guys do is you get stories from people, and hearing stories is probably one of the most amazing things that you can do to actually get a sense of what people feel. Because reading it online, obviously you're going to feel some sort of way, but if you actually see it, someone talking to you in person who has family who is a hostage or was a hostage themselves or experienced it but got away, whatever it was, I think that's the most important thing that you can do to be able to empathize. I go to Hillel a lot for Shabbat, and I'm going there for Passover this weekend. They love every single one of us, whether we're Jewish or not. And I think that's the most important thing as well, other than educating yourself, is trying to put yourself in the shoes of this sort of family that we like to create with you.
Yeah.
And that's how I was taught by my Jewish family, to accept others, whether they're of your same religion or not, and care for people. And that's all we want to do.
Treat people like humans.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instead of dehumanizing, maybe rehumanize. Would you agree?
I would wholeheartedly agree. Awesome. I agree. Yeah.
Awesome, Jaden. Well, thank you for talking.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate your time.
I appreciate what you guys do. Thank you so much.